Welcome back to Cheesehead TV. Join us as we go all across Wisconsin, visiting some Packers legends and touring their awesome Packers shrines, hosted by yours truly, Wyatt G. Make sure y'all stick along for this journey, and remember, go Pack Go. Welcome back. I'm your host, Wyatt G, here with Cheesehead TV. We're back on the road doing our tours. Today, we have a very, very special guest.
Frozen Tundra Man.
Thank you for inviting us to your home.
You're welcome.
This is a unique setup. Where are we right now? Where are we?
You're at the Kahlow Funny Farm is where you're at right now. And this is kind of my getaway. You know, it's relaxing to have the animals and stuff. As you can see in the back, we've got some little ponies and donkeys and goats. And it's nice to have this. We're on our own little island here on Dead End Road. So it works out really well.
Now, Jeff, what do people know you for?
It's been my 23rd year as Frozen Tundra Man. Most people know me now because of the internet and stuff as Frozen Tundra Man.
Now, besides the farm, you have some cool things to show us inside, right?
I guess if you think, yeah, there's stuff in there for you to take a look at, you know.
Let's go find out.
Yeah.
Explain the story of all these different types of hats that you created.
Well, I'm an artist, so I don't like to have the same thing all the time. So I like to change it up or whatever. So I have different ones for different games. You know, this one here, that was for the lottery commercial. I was in the Wisconsin lottery and I had to do that one. And then of course you got frozen cheese, you got Lambo, and of course for the holiday season, you got one there. I like the anyone cold. I like that one, you know, that goes good with Lambo. Frozen Tundra, Kings of the North, and then this is my trademark. That's my original one.
Yep.
That dates back all the way to 2002, 2003. I personally like that one the best. That's just kind of my trademark look one right there. But they all light up, they all got LED lights to them and stuff like that. And I always come up with something different every year. So this season I'll probably come up with another cheese head with another name on it or something that'll fit the game.
What inspired you to create all of this then?
Frozen Tundra stuff came because I worked with CBS Sports way back in the early 2000s. They came and did a story on me with my hats and what I do, and then I was invited onto the field for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Packer game.
Yep.
Crazy, you know, and I didn't know what to expect, so I think I got to come up with something. You know, what's Lambeau Field known as? And I said the Frozen Tundra, and so I carved a Lambeau Field style hat and threw a bunch of glitter on my face, and I went up there and they thought it looked really cool, and I thought, well, geez, if you think this is cool, wait till I start attaching ice to myself, you know, and so then it just kind of progressed from that point on. It's all polyurethane foam. I've got a special foam cutter that'll slice into this stuff. Everyone's made one at a time. Doesn't matter if it's for a birthday party or a sporting event or whoever wants one. It's all made one at a time. No two are the same. It's my cut. It's all hand cut, and nothing ever turns out to be the same. But yeah, but it's nice, you know. And I do wildlife. I do fishing. You know, I do sports stuff. I do just you name it. People call up and I'll say yeah. But as you see in a little while, I've made a lot of stuff for celebrities, and that's kind of the hobby of my hobby.
What decides or what factors into which one you're gonna wear for the game?
It all depends. Like the one Kings of the North, if we win the North Division, I'm gonna wear that for the game after. You have to do that, you know. Frozen cheese, I think I did this one. I made that one up just for Simone Biles when I met Simone Biles. That one's a little bit different because I ended up putting these little, you can see they look like dripping water. Yeah, they're like crystals on the tips or whatever. And that was my first time, and I had a lot of compliments off of that, especially from some security on the field when the lights hit it.
Yep.
They all just glitter. Nice part is at night games too, I'll pick the ones that have the LEDs that shine right on my face so that it illuminates the icicles on my face. For myself, if I do a cheese head, I could probably get one done in about 3 hours. Yeah, start to finish with the lettering and the painting and the icicles.
So the length of a Packer game basically is what it takes from start to finish. That's crazy. That is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. My very first hat was for Ted Nugent. And I thought, I gotta do a deer for him. So I carved a deer, and it took me like 7 or 8 hours to try to figure out how I'm gonna do this. And I thought, is this gonna even work? And then I glued it onto a hat. And he was playing at the local fair, and I went up there and I gave it to security and threw it on stage, and he came out and we wore it for 3 songs. And then he got in touch with me the next day, and we became friends ever since.
Now that leads us to our next question, which we'll take you to the other room so I can ask that question.
Okay.
There's a lot of celebrities here. What is your most favorite hat that you've created for a celebrity? Tough question.
Well, I just told you in the other segment that Kiss is my favorite band, so I'd have to say the ones I made for Kiss. Those are by far my favorites. Ted Nugent, obviously Ted and I go back a long ways, and he opened the doors for me for a lot of different celebrities. Toby Keith, and then Alice Cooper, He opened the door for Willie Nelson, which is up here. Our local celebrity down here in Fond du Lac, Don Gorski, Big Macs. He's eating like about 35 to 40,000 Big Macs.
Every day he gets a Big Mac, right?
He eats 2 of them a day.
2 of them a day.
So he's right down the road from me, actually. He lives right down the road.
Yeah. Go get a Big Mac for
Yep, 30 years, it's been a long time, and it went faster than what you think, It just seems like yesterday for me. My dad was a Packer fan when I was a little tyke. And he would always sit in the room and you'd always hear him screaming, yelling, sometimes happy, sometimes ticked off. Typical Packer fan. Yeah. Typical anybody fan that's, an avid fan for a team, but been that way ever since. So I've been a Packer fan for probably close to 50 years.
Now, you go to every game though, correct?
All the home games.
How long have you been going to every home game for?
Every home game, this is my 23rd year of doing it. And then in 2000, like I said, in 2002, CBS came and did a story on me, in my shop, and that's when they invited me onto the field, and that's when I became Frozen Tundra Man.
Do you keep track of how many home games you've attended? Like Gary, the legend.
No, not as many as Gary, the legend. Well, I guess you take 23 times average about 8 games, 7 games a year, whatever that is. You got your calculator on? So
and that's not counting some of the other games you attended way, so you're probably over 200 games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would have to say that easily.
What keeps you motivated to keep doing what you do?
Age kind of affects you a little bit as you get older and stuff like that, the knees and whatever, because those concrete steps at Lambeau are not easy when you get older. But what keeps me motivated more than ever right now is because of when people come to Lambeau, it's what they want to see. So I more or less do it for the fans right now. I've become part of their, what would you say when they come to Lambeau, part of their experience?
Staple piece.
Yeah. And they all want to get pictures with you or whatever and I've had so many people like say, we hate cold games, we never would, but in order to get a picture with you, we got to come up into the cold game, so that they chose to do that.
Now, when those little kids come up to you and want a picture with you, they probably have big dreams and aspirations. What is your message to those kids to keep going for their biggest dream? Because obviously you're living a big dream right now of what you've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, my goal, like I said, I was an artist. I always loved art. So this stuff is all art to me. So this was my dream. It made it, but you just have to don't let anybody get you down. In fact, that was one of my biggest things, is that back when I was first carving my headwear, I had guys laugh at me and said, who's gonna want to put a piece of foam on their head or hat and wear it? And it just motivated me even more. So sometimes negative can be positive, and that's what motivated me. So, like I said, starting out young, don't ever worry about what other people have to say. If you really believe in something, then just go for it. Yeah, and then the Simone Biles thing, that was one of the more recent ones.
What was that like? What was that whole,
that was really neat.
Transpire?
A gentleman that works security on the field came up to me and approached me and said that Simone wanted to meet me, and then I just laughed. I said, me or Frozen Tundra Man? And then he said, no, Frozen Tundra Man, of course, because nobody knows really who I am underneath the icicles. I said, okay, I'll be at the Chiefs game on the Sunday night, or will she be there? And he goes, yeah, she'll be here. I'll make sure that she knows. And then I carved her a hat, which was the GOAT hat, because she's the greatest of all time. That's how that transpired, and then they brought her over to me by my seat, and then I ended up presenting them to her. It takes me about an hour and a half to hot glue up the face, and then I drive up with it that way, which is fun because you get all kinds of people pulling up next to me, and cameras are out and taking pictures. And then you get up there, and when I hit the parking lot, it takes me about maybe a half hour or so to get the outfit completely on and get it all adjusted, and then I'm on my way. The downfall about all this connecting to my face is afterwards. When the game is over, I don't look forward to it because it's right to the skin. Cutting it out, your eyes water. I swear, I'm like, why do I effing do this stuff? I don't know why I'm doing this, and the older you get, the more grumpy you get with it. It's like, why am I doing this?
You question it more.
But then when it's all said and done, you wake up the next day and you think about how many kids enjoyed it, how many people you made happy. It all comes back and goes, I can't wait to do it again. Carry the G, I gotta have something like that. She Said TV, huh?
And all the newspapers and clippings and.
Oh yeah, no, this isn't a lot of them. I've got a lot of different things, but this was the old mayor of Green Bay. This is my 23rd year as Frozen Tundra Man, so hopefully I can keep it going for another few years.
Jeff, I want to thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're always invited.
Now, if you guys want to be a part of the journey, make sure you like, subscribe. We're going across the state. If you know someone like Jeff make sure you reach out. Jeff, do you have any final messages?
Looking forward to the season. I mean, the way they ended it last year, halfway through, they just were dynamite. I think they're going to carry it through, and I think we're going to go into the playoffs and hopefully deep, and go Pack go.
Go Pack go. You guys heard it here. See you guys on our next video.